It's a new day, which means it's time for your daily dose of Cyberpunk 2077 news updates, because check this out, we've got a new hotfix which just dropped on PlayStation consoles and PC. Now for Xbox systems, they're working hard to have the update out as soon as possible to squash those bugs and issues that the game has. And boy, does the game have a lot of bugs, especially problems with performance and things like that when we're talking about the base console. But yeah, there's been quite a big result from all this for CD Projekt Red. Their stock dropped 29% around Cyberpunk 2077's launch. So that's telling you that, you know, fans are not happy with the bugs and the glitches and things like that, and CD Projekt Red are feeling that. However, on the flip side of this, the pre-orders are really on the upside with Cyberpunk 2077. So we're going to talk about that as well, and then go over your top comments. A lot of stuff to go over in this video. Open World Games here. Hope you're doing good, and let's dive straight in, starting with that hotfix. Let's just go over the notes right now. You can find more about that in the description below, of course. But it goes on to say this is the visual bugs that they have fixed. It says reduced vehicle appearance pop-in, speeded up switching first-person perspective to third-person perspective in a vehicle, fixed issues with animations missing from important quest NPCs during cinematics. Now, furthermore, they say this, for performance and stability, improved stability, including various crash fixes. Furthermore, they fixed the preview and weapon crafting when it comes to gameplay fixes right there. This is a hot fix. This is not going to be like a proper big patch. So just keep that in mind. There's probably going to be a big patch coming up as well. But this is going to be labeled as they're going after the most problematic bugs first. The stuff that actually stops you from, you know, playing the game in terms of gameplay and stuff like that. But it says this, miscellaneous, modified the flashing effect on brain dances to reduce the risk of inducing epileptic symptoms. The effect has been smoothed out and the flash is reduced in frequency and magnitude. They removed copyrighted songs incorrectly present in the game with the disabled copyrighted music feature toggled on. So they've are addressing that currently and still addressing that as well. PC specific, they say this. They say switching language to default in the game settings now correctly sets the language on. All right, cool. So then there's a bunch of other stuff. For console specific, they say improved reflection quality on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 to eliminate the smudge effect. Fix the Wasteland achievement being stuck on 97% after completing all relevant missions in the Badlands on Xbox. Fix an issue with missing PTR-VO voiceover work for Xbox players in Americas. Yeah, they also have some lip syncing issues as well with my experience with the game. But as you can see, like, it looks absolutely stunning at times, you know. A lot of the time when I'm playing, it looks really, really good. And then there's those glitches. So I'm on PC, by the way, if you are wondering. All right. For Quest, they fixed an issue with completing the final objective in Gig, Freedom of the Press, and they fixed an issue with starting conversation with Johnny at the end of life during wartime. Corrected a rare issue with NPCs no longer calling V if a Supreme quest was abandoned midway. Then they fixed an issue with Nyx not going into its default state in Spellbound and Colo Mirage. So you can see a lot of problems with actual gameplay issues right here. And this is what I had. I had an issue where, you know, during one quest, it just would not continue the story whatsoever. And I had to restart after 25 minutes of trying to figure out what was happening. So that's the type of stuff that is being fixed right now. They said fix issues blocking progress in I Fought the Law quest when the quest area is left. Fix inability to find Dalamain in Epistrophe. And then they fix an issue related to second phase of the quest after Pacifica fight. So, you know, things with quests here that they are addressing. And then they have adjusted mappings and re-enabled quest tracker in Maptan Palin, Walk the Line, Transmission. And then fix constraints on freedom to get up and sit down if neither blue line conditions met in violence. So, again, related to some very specific quest lines here. As well, than other quests fix on top of this. You can find out more about all these fixes in the description below if you want to, but yeah, they're knocking down the problems with, you know, actual bugs that are really impeding gameplay progress, which is a big issue. A lot of people are complaining that the game is also crashing, and then again, you know, it's a lot about the performance issues on those base consoles, PS4 and Xbox One. Those still persist. I'll let you guys know what is happening with that as well, because CD Projekt Red promised that those would run fairly good, and they are not. But check this out right here. It says Cyberpunk 2077 bug hit CD Projekt Red. Now, this is talking about how pre-orders are on the up and up, despite, these issues that people are having. And again, my personal experience so far is, yeah, I'm having issues every now and again, but I am honestly really enjoying the game. But I'm running it on a high-end PC, and it's unfortunate that's, having such a rough time on those consoles, the base consoles. All right. It says, numerous glitches reported by players as a long-awaited Cyberpunk 2077 game went live, robbed creator CD Projekt Red of a stock surge on the back of encouraging advance order sales figures. Yeah, they got a 29% decline with their stock. So yeah, that's a bummer. Poland's biggest computer game studio sold more than 8 million copies of the futuristic title prior to its official release, mainly using higher margin digital distribution. Excitement around Wednesday's launch saw player numbers peak at more than 1 million, the most ever for a premiere night on Steam platform, and an industry record for a single-player production. Less positively, in excess of 17,000 Steam users gave Cyberpunk a rating of just 71%, with their complaints of bugs in the game pushing CD Projekt Red's shares as much as 7.5% lower. That has increased, or I should say decreased, but it's definitely gone to 29% as of now. Before the release, Cyberpunk's average rating was 91% on Metacritic, a website that aggregated journalist reviews. That less than perfect verdict also weighed on the stock earlier this week, paring its gains of almost 60% in 2020 as of last Friday. The stakes are high for CD Projekt Red, as after 8 years of developing Cyberpunk, the game is the studio's only new franchise. The company said Thursday it's already working on fixes and is confident they will be resolved, and that it wants to publish initial sales data before Christmas. Interesting, and that seems to be related more towards investors right there. We are super happy with the number of pre-orders, which is one of the highest in the game's universe, Marcin Iwaski, company co-founder and deputy chief executive officer, said in Bloomberg TV interview. It's a very crucial moment for us. We are looking at real-time gamers' feedback and seeing if there are any repetitive problems and what should be fixed. So yeah, they're going to be aware of all the problems. I think going into this, they knew. Oh boy, we're probably going to have a rough launch here. Most analysts regarding the pre-order data as strong and corresponding with earlier market expectations for sales of 30 million of copies in the next 12 months, provided the studio is able to address technical issues. Cyberpunk 2077 looks like a big hit, and with more bug fixes, it should be positively received by users. Vladimir Besilov, an analyst of VTP Capital, said by email. Interesting stuff right there. Says this, risk reward. Bloomberg intelligence analyst Matthew Caterman said the robust pre-orders show that Cyberpunk could be well on its way to matching Red Dead Redemption 2's 2018 record of 17 million units sold within the first 2 weeks, which may be enough to meet consensus views for the year. The studio's previous hit, The Witcher 3, sold 1.5 million copies before its launch in 2015, going on to extend that number to 28 million. Most impressive indeed. Furthermore, says this, momentum at the start was strong, but they need to fix the issues. Neil Campling, an analyst at Mirabond Security, said in an email. The game has taken CD Projekt Red 8 years to release, and it's still buggy. Now they have to use resources to improve the current gameplay rather than moving on to an online multiplayer version. We could end up in a vacuum of time before it comes out. The risk reward is now to the downside. Yeah. So, to me, it seems like the problems with Cyberpunk 2077 are a lot more severe, I think, perhaps than CD Projekt Red, were ready for, and that's most likely probably going to impact what's happening with the multiplayer game, because they want to take care of their, I guess you would say their firstborn, which is going to be Cyberpunk 2077, the single-player game, and then they're going to want to move on, of course, to whatever multiplayer offering they have. But unfortunately, trust is a big issue with consumers, and breaking that trust can really hurt future products. So I hope they're extremely cautious here and they fix this game fast. They have got to work really overtime, unfortunately, to fix this game. I think in the next couple months, it's going to be like 6 months to a year where it's really, really like amazing, because the core gameplay is here. It's amazing. All right, time for your top comments. Let's do this. Let's get straight into it, shall we? First one comes from Hobbes, who says this, CD Projekt Red delays game. People, release the game. CD Projekt Red releases game. People, you should have delayed it again. Isn't that the truth? I've seen a lot of posts saying, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should have given them another year. That's something that I've seen around on Reddit and the community. And what do you think? Do you think they should have just taken another year or 6 months to really take their time with this game and make sure it was working right? Sound off in the comments below. Drove says this, I'm trying to enjoy it, but it literally crashes every 30 minutes and 92 upvotes. So it's happening to a lot of you. That's a shame. Daniel Witt says, fans of Demolition Man will notice the 3 seashells in V's bathroom. I love this. I got tweeted out by Temporary Signer. He says, this is 3 shells Easter egg from the movie Demolition Man. Love it. Oh my god, that is freaking hilarious. I love that movie. They're making a Demolition Man 2, by the way. If you didn't know. I'm serious, they really are. And I think it's going to have the original cast and everything. And the rumor is Wesley Snipes will be returning. Again. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe time travel. Who knows? But yeah, super hyped for that. And it was hilarious to see the 3 seashells return in Cyberpunk 2077 this time. Get Kicked says this, didn't have any major issues, have only played 6 hours though, can't stress enough how much in love I am with this game. The characters, the graphics, and the sound are amazing. Yes, I know what you mean, man. The production values are absolutely crazy with this game, so it's a shame to see that it's marred by these bugs and glitches on certain platforms more than others. But yeah, for me, again, you know, my personal opinion is I am definitely enjoying the game. It's absolutely stunning. It does have problems, which is a shame, but it is kind of like Skyrim, you know. It works really great, and when it does, it is absolutely fantastic. The gameplay, everything is solid, and then when it doesn't, it's such a bummer. It's like soul crushing. You're like, dang it, man, I'm on this important cutscene with this awesome character, and their lips aren't syncing, they're not moving properly. Sometimes they're like square faces and stuff like that. But yeah, hopefully these hotfixes and patches really squash these issues. I'll keep you guys updated as to when like a big patch releases. I'm sure that will be coming down the road, but for now it's going to be hotfixes and things like that. But stay tuned for more Cyberpunk 2077 news updates and you know, open world game goodness, and I will see you all next time. Take care.